I was talented. I was doing really, really good. I was jumping 6 feet in high school. And my coach would come to me and say, hey, this person's interested in you. And then I had to decide where I wanted to go. That was like a juicy process.
But how can you jump?
I don't think so. I've added too much.
It means that the school traveled all the way from US to Jamaica?
Yeah.
But why don't they do that to Africa or stuff like that?
I didn't pay for anything.
So
I was
you
on a
were
full ride.
100% scholarship,
100%.
like athletic scholarship
100%.
at Louisiana State University.
Correct. I'm about to graduate with a doctorate, and I have zero debt, no loans, and all of that was possible because of a track scholarship and because of the connections that I made with track and field.
Yeah. When you went for the visa interview on this athletic scholarship, how did the conversation go?
That was so funny. Oh my God. I just saw the person just typing the button, and then congratulations, Miss Hall. You can pick up your 2 questions.
That was it.
The 2 bags I brought today.
No, it's true. It's true.
What's up, my YouTube family? Many thanks for coming back. So in this video, I'm going to talk about something that is quite interesting, right? Something I call sports scholarship. I've had a couple of questions from you guys asking me all the time that I have a thing for athletic, maybe running, playing football, or whatever it is. How can I use this thing to study abroad? I have somebody here who has been through the entire process from the very beginning to the very end, and I'm going to, talk with her so that we try to educate you guys. Once again, my name is Makere Soga, and this friend of mine, I'm sure you've seen her before a lot of time in my videos, right? It's going to be a wonderful time. So I'm going to have her introduce herself, and then after that, it's going to be juicy, right? So let's just do that. Shanice. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. So I'm going to have you introduce yourself first.
Okay.
Like your name, what you're studying here, because she's a student at UST, right? But the focus is going to be on your undergraduate school, because whatever that we're going to talk about, the effect is with that school, right? Okay. And then after that, she's going to play Patrol in just 10 seconds. Listen, you just listen. Just introduce yourself.
Oh gosh. Okay, so my name is Shanice Hall. I am from Jamaica. I did my undergraduate at Louisiana State University, LSU. I was recruited on a full athletic scholarship. I was a high jumper. And then after that, after I graduated, I moved to USD and got my master's in communication studies. After that, I re-enrolled, and now I'm doing my doctorate in educational leadership, and I'm also getting a master's in adult and higher education.
And that is why I call her Dr. Hall.
Soon to be.
Soon to be. Okay, Shanice, let's go. Just 10 seconds.
Call me you. No, I can't do it.
Okay, so guys, so the focus of the discussion is going to be how you as an international student, right? How you can transition to US of A to study on athletic scholarship, right? That's the entire thing. So I'm going to share this story together with Shanice with you so that you learn. That is the key part of it. It's going to be fun, but just pay attention, right? So how did you hear of LSU, that is it, Louisiana State University, right?
Yep.
How did you even hear of that school, and then about this entire funding opportunity or scholarship opportunity and stuff like that?
So I learned about LSU from my high school coach at the time. Again, I was a high jumper. I was pretty young. I was just like, I was talented. I was doing really, really good. I was jumping 6 feet in high school.
Wow.
So a lot of universities, once you're about to graduate, started coming to like the big meets, so like Boys and Girls Champs or Gibson Relays. Those are some of the popular meets in Jamaica. So they would come there, and then they would start, I guess, scouting or recruiting. A few of them drop off their card to my coach, and my coach would come to me and say, hey, this person's interested in you. This one is interested in you.
Wow.
So LSU was one of them that was interested. At the time, there was a Jamaican coach there. His name was Mark Elliott, Coach Mark Elliott. He moved to Clemson after. So he was I guess you can say, in contact with my high school coach. And from there, I learned a little bit about the university. I learned about the program, and then I had to decide where I wanted to go. That was like a juicy process.
So it means that the school traveled all the way from US to Jamaica?
Yeah. They do that a lot.
But why don't they do that to my country, like Africa or stuff like that? I'm saying that because I've never heard of any of them, but because I know of a couple of people like in like West Africa and in Eastern Africa. You've seen some of the Eastern Africa, how tall they are, like doing a lot of stuff, right? So why don't they come there? Because I know Jamaica, you guys are known for, is it because of Usain Bolt?
Yeah.
So that's why the focus is on there?
Not necessarily, because at the time, like, Usain Bolt wasn't as big as he was when I was just graduating.
Which year was that?
I started LSU in 2012. So I graduated high school 2010, and then in Jamaica, in our high school, we have like 2 years of a pre-university.
Okay.
So I went to that pre-university and pretty much was helping me to decide, do I wanted to stay in Jamaica and go to the universities there, because they were also offering a track scholarship.
Oh, okay.
Or do I want to go to the US? And I was always foreign-minded, and also my coach was very much pushing me to go to the US, to explore, to learn new things, and also just take advantage of like better opportunities and facilities. So that was one of the determining factor.
So Shanice, let's help our subscribers or our viewers right now. So you see the opportunity that you had just in Jamaica, your home country. Those schools were able to come visit you guys, and then they presented these opportunities to your coaches and all that, right? So now, and that is how you were able to learn about this school. So what I want us to get into the advices. Somebody, let's say in Asia or in Africa, because we know that Jamaica, the Caribbean countries, I mean, it's something that you guys are known for. How would this student get to explore these opportunities at this point? Because let's say I'm good on track, I can play, let's say, football or soccer or whatever it is. I can run pretty well. I can do the high jumping, right? How do I leverage on that to further my education in the US? How can an international student, not just the Caribbean people, like the Jamaican people, let's say Asia or Africa, more concerned, Ghanaians?
The first thing, I think there's like two major opportunities that you can do. For example, I can't speak for other countries, but in Jamaica, again, we know like the major popular meets that we know those university coaches are going to be coming to. Even the coaches at USD, they still go back to Jamaica and go to some of those big meets. Yeah, absolutely.
Is that why we have a lot of Jamaicans here? Like
maybe
on the track?
Maybe. We good too. We'll go with it. We'll bring the talent everywhere,
Yeah, good. Yeah, good.
But I think that's the first one, is like know those major meets and events where, potential universities are going to be at. And if you're competing there, then that's your opportunity to network with them, to see if you have met their standards, if that's something that you'll be able to go for either a full scholarship, half scholarship, whatever the case may be. That would be the first option, is to make sure that you're competing at those meets. And secondly, you can do research on universities, because they all have their standard and their credentials as far as what kind of athletes they're looking for. And you could send them an email. I mean, I am a volunteer coach at USD right now. I work with the high jumpers specifically, and I have several high school students that will email me, sending me, hey, I'm jumping 5'4" or I'm jumping 5'7", and if I think those are kind of standards that I think is good to work with to help to develop someone, I'll send it over to the head coach and say, hey, you might want to check out this person at this high school meet. So those are two ways that you can kind of get your name out there if they're not coming to your country. Because again, right now LSU has a lot of athletes from Nigeria. We have a popular, they still have people from the Caribbean. I know in my year we had a lot of people from Jamaica. We have Trinidad and Tobago's, we had Bahamas, like they're recruiting all over. It's just a matter of, do you know where they're at, and also are you talking to them when they show up?
But Shanice, this is actually good for me. So let's say I'm working at the international office, right? I've never seen this, let's say a Jamaican who is coming here on athletic scholarship, right? And the person passing through the international office, I've never seen them. Do they have some sort of priority or something like that? I mean, because I don't see them.
I don't want to say we have a priority, but I want to say that in athletics is huge. The department is very, very huge, and they have their own department that works with athletes for specific things like that. Now, the international office, yes, well, for example, when I was at LSU, I only went to the international office when I needed a signature to travel outside the country.
Oh.
That's the only time I went.
So you were not getting, for example, an email from, let's say, Matthew. Let's say those days, right? Maybe you had some Matthew version at LSU, right? Or getting an email from Andrea, from Patrick. You were not getting anything like that.
No, I would get those emails.
Yes.
So like, they'll remind you some of the things that you need to do in compliance. But as an international student athlete, I'll use that slogan. You don't. International student, the office is not your first go-to.
Okay.
It's the coaches, it's the athletic department, because we had our own advisors at LSU. We had our own advisors. We had our own study hall. We literally had a whole building. It's called Cox Building. I don't know if they changed the name, but it was called Cox.
Yeah.
That's the building that we went to where we had tutoring. We would get free food. Like, that was our place.
Free.
Yeah.
So at LSU, we're not paying for anything.
I didn't pay for anything.
So
I was
you
on
were
full
on
ride.
100% scholarship,
100%.
like athletic scholarship
100%.
at Louisiana State University.
Correct. I didn't pay anything
So-
outside of my service fee and
your visa fee?
my service, my visa, and then my flight. Everything else.
So they just picked you up from the airport straight to your dormitory?
Yep, I had one of the athletes pick me up at the airport. I didn't stay on the dormitory. That was a good thing. When I met with the head coach at the time, well, he's still the head coach. It's Coach Shaver. He asked me if I wanted to stay on the dorms or if I wanted to live off campus.
Yeah.
That's not usually something that's given to every student, but according to him, and this was his words, is that you're very mature for your age, so we're not worried about you living off campus.
Okay.
And in my head, and I'll be honest, I was just like, okay, stay on the dorms and get no money, or go off campus and get all the money. I want the money, so I went.
I will equally do that. Because it means that once you're staying off campus, they'll give you your residence money.
Yeah, because they give you the money for your rent, they give you money for food, they give you a lump sum for you to be able to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
If you're on the dorms, literally, you don't need money because the dorms comes with the food, the cafeteria, so you don't get anything.
Yeah.
I wanted the money because I'm like, I know
mean,
how to budget.
Because I'll probably do that. Let's say if at the dormitory you're going to pay, let's say $1,000 per a month. Let's say that, and then you're probably going to stay off campus, right? And then you end up paying, let's say, $400.
Yeah, exactly. So if for example, if my stipend for the month is $1,000, if I'm on campus, I don't have anything. If I'm off campus, I can decide, you know what, I'll find a cheaper apartment.
Yeah.
I can dictate like what I want to buy or how much money I'm going to spend on food if I'm cooking. So because of that, I was able to budget, and I decided I want the money because I also wanted to be able to help my family. Because I was able to send money back home to help my family and stuff like that. So I opted to live off campus. And also one of the things that he said was that coming from Jamaica, like our food, or the US food, is a lot more fattier. And again, I was a high jumper and I was a twig. I was tiny like
Guys,
this.
I'm sure by now you've seen the picture.
Yeah. My God. That's my nickname was Shreddy. Because I was a thread. Like, I kid you not. Yeah. So they didn't want me to put on too much weight because
Now can you jump? Can you?
I don't think so.
Because you've added up.
I've added too much. I am thick, as one would say.
Oh my God.
I'm slim thick.
Oh my Jesus. All right, so Shanice, let's talk about the step to step, just to help a student then.
Okay.
So I don't have the opportunity you had once again. So what we need to do from number one is to maybe go on Google, right, and probably just type maybe schools that I can study on athletic scholarship and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If you're not able to do that, but maybe you have some schools in mind, for example, LSU, USD, which other schools do we know of? Maybe University of Minnesota, wherever it is. We can just reach out to, do they reach out to the international office to ask them if they have something like that?
No, you wouldn't even reach out to the international office. You would talk to the coach directly. You'd reach out to their head coach.
How do we get the coach? That is the question.
You can find all their information online. Like, for example, if you go on USD website, if you go to the coaches and the directory, you'll be able to see all the coaches that are on staff. So you can determine if you want to reach out to the head coach, or if for example, if you're a hurdler or I was a jumper, I would reach out out specifically to the jump schools to see, hey, you know, would that be something, would my standard be something that I could come into your program, stuff like that. If you are really, really good, and this is again, different circumstances for different people. If you are at, like, for example, me, high school, jumping 6 feet, that's absolutely amazing. I was a youth Olympian.
So
I
6
represented
feet.
Jamaica. Yep, 6 feet.
Wow.
Yeah, youth Olympian, represented Jamaica, curved the gold medalist, all that stuff. So people are already they know your name. And if you're at a country like Jamaica where coaches are already, like universities are already coming there, then I guess you could say you're lucky because then they're coming to you. Because they were coming to me. I didn't venture out. I finished jumping. I went to the back of the camp, and then my coach, he came to me and he just dropped off 3 cards and he's like, here, they want to talk to you.
And that was it.
Yeah, it's like, give them a call, send them an email, because they are just like, we want to talk to her. We want to talk to her.
That's a good one. Okay, so let's just take University of South Dakota or maybe LSU into consideration, right? So if I want to go there, I can just navigate myself to the search button on the website and probably type, is it athletic coaches? And
just typing LSU athletics or USD athletics or track and field, whatever event it is, and it'll pop up.
Okay, so how would you advise a student? Maybe I've found the coach on the website, right? The details, the email, the call number, or whatever it is. How do you advise a student to introduce themselves? I mean, basically trying to reach out. Would you say that, okay, let me just talk about myself, and then I can attach video or multimedia files, maybe stuff like that, just to show, okay, this is me doing something like this, right? What would you say?
You said it perfectly. Introduce yourself. My name is blank. I'm a high jumper. I've been doing it for how many years? My personal best is blank. What have you been doing for the past season? Because sometimes your personal best might be something that you did 3 years ago. So you know, you want to tell them, what have you been doing? What's your season performance? If you have any clips or videos, send it to them, because that's also something that's very useful for coaches to see a visual. Like for me, I was jumping 6 feet, but I was raw and there were a lot of things that needed to be worked on. So for them at LSU, they saw me, they're like, wow, this girl is so powerful, but her run and her technique could be better. If I can fix that, then I'll get her to, you know, so things like that would help. So just like introducing yourself, telling them your name, what you do, that you've been doing research on the program and you like it, and you don't even have to say, hey, I want to come there, but you could just say, you know, I'm just curious about what opportunities are there, or if they have any space on the team, and you know, if your standards would align, something like that would work.
So I know that the track mates, like the team, right? For now, they are on 100% scholarship at USD.
Some of them are. Some athletes are on 100%.
Clarify that.
Some athletes are on a full ride. So, for example, athletes that are from Jamaica, most of them are going to be on a full scholarship. So that means that the university pays for everything for them.
The housing, whatever it is paid for.
Exactly. Some of them might be on 50%, and that might be, okay, we'll cover this much and you have to cover the rest. So all of this is going to be dependent on your performance. So as it comes to an athlete, this is how you got to look at it. As a student athlete, track and field or whatever is your job. So you need to make sure that you're doing what you need to do.
When you say track and field, right? Please explain. I know what that is, but talk about it. It's the people that run. Please, I want us to come in a natural tone, that because I want to help people out there. So please explain that.
All right. So track and field is a sport that has multiple events. Track are going to be the running events. Those are going to be your sprinters. Field events are going to be your jumpers, your throwers, things of that nature.
Oh, okay. So track is the people who probably run, let's say the baton or 100 meters or whatever it is, right? But the field is maybe the jumpers. Those who they throw is it discus? I don't know, whatever. Discus,
hammer, high jump, long jump, triple jump, pole vault. Don't try pole vault. I don't.
You don't like it?
It just looks scary. You just, every time they're going up, I'm like, oh gosh, that pole is gonna break and you're gonna fall. I don't like watching it, but
okay. You know. So are we saying now that people who get the 100% is not based on, let's say, academical performances, but is based on the practicalities on the field, what the guy is able to do, right?
Yes.
Oh, and the 50% too is still based on your performance. Wow. So you were jumping 6 feet. So at least I know that if I'm able to do 6.1, I have a case to present.
Not as a guy, no.
Not as a guy?
Nuh-uh. As a guy, you might need to be at about 6'6", 7 foot. As a girl, that's impressive. As a
I
guy,
need to jump like 6'6".
yeah.
Oh, now I
To be having some conversations.
I mean, I used to do that, but now I can't do it anymore.
You couldn't do that.
Hey.
Why are you lying?
I used to do.
You do high jump? When?
1962.
We weren't even born then.
But yeah, so I thought it was just, let's say, for male and female, like the 6 feet you're talking about. But it means that for a guy, you need to do extra.
Standards are going to be different based on gender. Standards are going to also be different based on events. So for example, as a high jumper, I came in at 6 foot and I was able to get a full scholarship. I don't know if it changes, but for a guy, if you're jumping 6 foot, that would not guarantee you anything.
I have a question for you, right?
Okay.
It's how do I put this question? Okay, Shanice, so we live in a part of the world that we have. How many types of genders do we have? I don't know.
A
We
lot.
don't know. A lot, right?
Yeah.
So somebody who is now a transgender, it's a big issue right now in the US, right? Maybe from man to a woman. And this person is able to do 6 feet of jumping, right? What do you think?
I mean, I know now they have. I don't know the policies. No, I don't know the policies that they have in place for that right now. I know that there was a lot of controversy about
Recently.
Recently.
One swimming right?
person. So a lot of people just had like different views on it. I don't know what those policies are in stand, but I mean, we'll find out.
Yeah.
We'll find out soon.
But Africa, you're a man, you're a man, you're a woman, you're a woman. So woman, as Shanice is saying, at least 6, clock 6. At least, right?
As a high jumper, yeah, that's really
then
good.
you can present a case. But as a guy, maybe if I'm doing 6.7, you should do at least 6.5.
Get to about 2 meters. Get to 2 meters,
Okay.
210, and then you'll have a lot
coach
of
or something,
coaches
right?
barking at you.
Yeah.
For
Okay.
high jump.
Yeah. So that's good. So Shanice, right now, for your admission, did you do some things that a regular student? I'm calling myself a regular student because I didn't come to the US on athletic, scholarship. I presented a lot of things.
Yeah.
My transcript, recommendation letters, statement of purpose. As somebody coming on that scholarship, I have this priority thing in mind, right? So did you guys present that for admissions and stuff like that?
From my recollection, the only thing that I did was I did have to send them my transcript.
Okay.
And I had to do the SATs because that was their entry.
Okay,
whatever.
that is SATs, right? So yeah.
Yep. So I had to send that, and I had to do the SATs. And that was, as far as academically, that was it.
That was it.
That was it. I didn't do a statement of purpose. I don't recall ever really applying. I don't remember applying.
Wow.
I don't think so. I sent everything to the coaches that they needed, and then they said, hey, you need to do your clearinghouse as something for athletes. You need to do your clearinghouse. That's basically you saying that you're going to be an athlete at whatever division. Mine was a Division 1, so I had to declare that I was going to be doing that. They asked for immunization record, and then I got a letter saying I'm accepted for whatever major it is that I selected at the time.
Yeah.
And then the coaches said, okay, you need to do your visa. Here is your SEVIS. So I paid for like the SEVIS, the clearinghouse, and the visa. And then after I booked my flight, everything else was just kind of like, okay, Shanice, go to Cox and talk to your academic advisor. Oh, do you need X, Y, and Z? If I even needed counseling, it would be like, oh, go talk to blank, go talk to blank, go talk to blank.
And that was it.
And that was it. Yeah. We were babied at LSU. At least I was I would say I was babied because remembering the process of applying to grad school when I came to USD versus LSU, I did everything myself versus there I didn't do anything. Even for like classes, you know how you would have to like meet with your some students had to go through the catalog and think about classes that they're going to be taking. No, I went to my academic advisor and they were like, okay, well, practice is at this time. You need to do this. Which one do you prefer? Do you want to do women and gender? Or do you want to do chemistry? I'm like, I don't like chemistry. Okay, we'll do women and gender, and that was it. Like,
But what major did you pursue at
I
LSU?
started out in psychology, switched it. Started off in psychology, then I wanted to do pre-law, and then I found out that you had to do the bar after, and wherever you do law, that's where you're stationed. And then I switched to communication. So I majored in communication studies, minored in business administration and sociology.
Wow, Shanice, I'm sitting here, I don't want to say like with a couple of regrets, but just to say I wish I knew some of the things you just spoke about, because I would have taken some of these things seriously, right? Because I'm sure that this thing we're talking about, the scope gets enlarged to, let's say, basketball also, right? My God.
I think it applies to all sports.
Wow.
But one of the things that I really appreciated about my high school, and shout out to Michael Carr and Mr. Henry, because they were the coaches at the time, is that when we had our seniors leave, because again, a lot of them left and went to universities overseas. Like we had Danielle Dowie, she was a 400-meter runner. She went to University of Texas on a full scholarship. So in the summers, they would come back and they would have like, we're sitting down, they're kind of giving us a big speech of how school is, what we're supposed to do, tips and tricks. And then you have those people coming back telling you these stories and making America seem so amazing. So why, if I'm basically telling you that you're going to be getting so and so, wouldn't you want to go?
Of course.
Exactly. You're here. For example, I twist my ankle every time every season for a high jump.
Really?
It just happens. It's not a bad thing. It's fine. So if I twist my ankle in high school, and the only thing that we can do is like they tell me to ice it and soak it, and then I have a senior coming back and telling me all of the treatments and this and that they get there, and I'm like, well, why am I gonna stay here where I'm icing? No, I want to get a massage. I want to get dry needle.
Right?
Yeah, and you get all those things too. So they will come back and tell us their story and their experiences, and they are also encouraging us, hey, take those opportunities. So
wow.
Yeah.
So you didn't even pay application fee?
I don't think, no, I don't remember doing that.
This is so good, because the stress that some of us we went through getting admitted into the program, because on the program website, you have GPA to meet, certain things to submit and stuff like that. But I don't know, do you think if you probably didn't meet those GPA requirements for the pre-law, the communication thing that you switched to, the coach would have still accepted you into the program?
I don't think so, because one of the things too is you have to remember you're a student first. You're a student athlete, so you have to make sure that you have the credentials and criteria academically for you to be able to get into the program and be an athlete. So it starts at checking to see, okay, does she have the grades to come here? And once I had the grades and my SAT scores were good, then like, okay, boom, you have the grades, you're eligible, we can give you a full scholarship. So that was the first thing, is them saying, we need your SAT scores. And once I send that over and I asked, I was just like, is this good enough? Like, will I be accepted off that? And they said, yes, this is more than acceptable. And I was just like, okay, great. Okay,
that's good. Just before I come to Shanice to wrap up with her last word, please, I want to go over the steps for you again. So if you are currently, maybe you are in a school, right? And you are in sports, please take it seriously. Like, you got to be serious about it. You got to be serious about it. No joke about it. She says that she was doing at the time 6-ish, right? And that is for a girl. But if you happen to be a guy like 2 meters, right? Or 6.6 feet or something like that, make sure that, guy, just take it serious. If you're playing basketball, do it. You're running, whatever you're throwing, make sure that you keep on throwing it. Like, aim high. If you're jumping, make sure that you jump high. Very, very, very high, because this is a good opportunity, a good funding, a good scholarship opportunity for you to explore. Whatever you do, my word to you is that take it seriously, all right? Do it well. And then the step again, we are saying that just get to this website, just type maybe athletic coaches, right? Or whatever it is. Type that. I'm sure that you're going to have a lot of them popping up on that list for you. Just click any of them if you want to reach out to maybe the head coach, assistant coach, management, technical, whatever it is. See, you can even copy all of them. Send it to the head coach and CC anybody that you see in there. At least one person will read it. As you're doing it, you said the introduction, like talk about yourself, right? What you're currently doing, whatever it is, because they want to still know if you're still in shape. And then you can add a picture or any award, hey, that is even good. If you want any award, right, it's better you put it out there.
Yeah, let them know.
Yeah, and so if you have any video, like just put it up there, and then who knows, they'll just reach out to you that, hey, we've seen this thing and we think that we are interested in you, whatever it is. Just we want to have a talk with you, and that is it. You just got 100% full scholarship just because your performance is good. So just take whatever it is, just take it seriously. However, she says that you got to be a student first. That's the number one thing, right?
Yeah.
Because I've watched a couple of movies. They say that if you're failing in class, they're going to take you off the team.
Yeah. You have to be eligible to be. Yeah. It's kind of, think of it as a job. Your job is to be an athlete for them. And what are you getting out of it? Free education. Yeah. So you milk it because they're milking you in a sense. Respectfully, they are. But like for real.
They're milking.
My mom and I spoke about this one time, and I said to my mom, because initially the two universities back home wanted me, and I sat down and they also offered me a full ride. My mom got very excited and she was just like, you can stay here, and I was like, mommy, I don't want, like, no, So I was like, no, I want to go overseas. I want those better opportunities. I want to grow, and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
If we did not have the full scholarship, either I stayed in Jamaica or not, I would not have been able to go to university at all.
Okay.
Because again, we didn't have that much money. I didn't grow up rich, and it was that full ride and my talent that was able to give me the opportunity to further my education for free. So again, if they're gonna use your talent, use their money.
That is good. So guys, this is a good thing. Whatever you have, maybe a question, please put it up in the comment section. You know how I always do it, right? I collaborate with a guest on the show, and then we come down there, in the comment section, and then just help you to answer anything, whatever. Maybe you're in a certain situation, you're just stuck, you don't know where to move from or where to go to. We will help you. And if you happen to be a new person watching this, consider hitting that bell button, right? That's the subscribe button, so that in case we post anything, you will be notified about it. Shanice will be returning in another episode, but with a wonderful guest. We're going to be talking about some cultural stuff in the US. We're going to be recording that video very, very, very soon. So, guys, Shanice, share your last words before we wrap it up. Encourage somebody there who is into sports, athletics, or whatever it is. Just share your last word with them.
If you're an athlete, you love your event, you love your sport, practice, grow in your event, know your event, and if you want to go further in it, keep pushing, keep trying, reach out. If you have opportunities where universities are coming and they can see you excel at that point, if not, keep reaching out, keep asking questions. You might not end up at a Division I, because again, we know LSU, very prestigious,
what
amazing.
Is Division I, by the way?
It's kind of like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like levels and also size of the university. So Division I is like the largest. Here at USD, we're a Division I. LSU was a Division I.
Okay.
So even if you don't end up at a huge university or a Division I, you can be at a Division II. You can even go to a JUCO. But if you have a talent in athletics, cherish it and nurture it, and it can take you places, because I'm about to graduate with a doctorate, and I have zero debt, no loans, and all of that was possible because of a track scholarship and because of the connections that I made with track and field.
I'm sure by now you had wished that whilst doing your PhD you were still doing track and field, right?
No,
Really?
No, I would be tired.
But hold on, wait, because currently you are a GA for what?
I'm a GRE.
GR,
I'm a research assistant.
Right? For the education department, or college, right? But listen, the GA is not 100%.
It's not 100. It's just
so if you were doing that, like, you're still volunteering, girl.
That's true. I am a volunteer coach, but you have to remember, if you're an athlete, you think about practice. You got practice, and then you have classes. I wouldn't be able to manage all of that with, like.
Can't you coach? For example, at the international office, I was coordinating other international ambassadors. Even though I'm doing it myself, but I was like heading like, coach, guys, come on, we are having requests from this prospective students. Make sure you keep on, like, all these things that a coach
So
should do.
can
like,
a coach
can
as a
you do
full
that?
scholarship? No.
Because
No.
you've experienced this before.
No, you can't. I started out as a GA for the track and field team because that's where I started. But then when I realized that coaching is not what I wanted to do for my long-term
Okay.
career, I wanted to be a professor. That's when I moved over to teaching and education. So I don't know of anyone being able to coach as
A student? Or
yeah,
something like that.
yeah, I don't think you can do that on a full scholarship because again, that scholarship is you being a student, and by that time you've used up all your years of eligibility because you have 4 years. So
Can you elaborate on that? Is it 4 years of eligibility?
yes, 4 years of eligibility to
In the
compete.
US?
To compete, yeah.
So that means that if you've done that from level, let's say freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior, you're done.
You've done.
Even if you get to masters,
You're
and
done.
then you still want to get back to that, you can't do it.
You can't,
4 years
no.
is out.
Nope, you
It's
gotta
not
be a
even
professional.
like school by school.
You're done.
It's the entire law in the US like that.
Yes.
Wow. That's
4
an
years.
interesting thing.
Yeah.
So, Shanice, just my last question to you, right? When you went for the visa interview on this athletic scholarship, how did the conversation go?
That was so funny. Oh my God. Oh wow.
Tell
So,
me.
all right. So, first of all, you're going to the embassy, everybody's nervous because
Yeah.
you're just like, oh, am I going to get it or are they
Yeah.
going to reject me? Anyways, so my mom was there with me. Yeah, of course, my mom is everything. Hi, mommy.
Shout out to you. Shout out to you.
So my mom was there with me. I think she was there with me if I remember correctly. Yeah, she was. So I went up there, I gave them everything. They asked me 2 questions. What are you going to be studying? It was already on the I-20. So
But how
just
did you answer? I mean, every time the thing is on the I-20, but they still ask us the question,
Yeah,
right? So
and they
how-
asked me 2 questions. What are you going to be studying?
How did you answer the question?
I will be studying blank. That's it. Yeah, there was
And
nothing
that's
else to
it,
say.
okay.
I will be studying blank. And then they asked me, when do I plan to leave? And I told them, we intend to purchase a ticket for me to leave so and so day. I think it was like the 2nd week of August because classes start the 3rd week. So yeah, I told them that. And then I just saw the person just typing the button and then congratulations, Miss Hall. You can pick up your 2 questions.
That was it.
2 questions.
They never asked you how were you able to get
No.
your athletic scholarship.
Because again, everything was in the packet. The coaches sent me everything that I needed. It had my scholarship letter. It had a breakdown on my I-20. So I just
So you just push, for example, like your scholarship or your offer letter, and then your I-20, whatever it is, so that like VO, serve yourself.
because it's different. It's different now where we're like going there. We need to have a financial statement. I
Yeah.
ain't need none because they're paying for everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't need anything. It's different. It was different coming back for my master's. That was a little bit different.
Yeah.
But that conversation was still just like, oh, you went to LSU? And I was just like, yes, I did my undergrad at LSU. Oh, you ever went to the football game? We talked about the football game, and I got my visa to come back for my master's. Like
Yeah.
I never had any issues.
Wow.
I don't know why. Maybe I had all my ducks in a row, but
Yeah.
yeah.
That's a pretty chill process for you. So guys,
Yeah.
just take whatever it is seriously. Once again, if you have a question, put it up in the comment section, and then we'll be back helping you to answer. As I said before, Shanice is going to be back with a special guest. We'll talk about something wonderful. So guys, I want to say thank you so much for watching. Till then, we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye, mommy. Hi, Lincoln. Big up yourself. I'm a
Coming with
fiance.
The freshest word,
Yeah.
fiance
Fiance.
in town.
My fiance.
How did you feel that day?
Oh God, I cried. I messed up my makeup. It was so beautiful.
When is Lincoln coming to town?
He might be here this weekend for the home meet.
Can we record something?
I can ask him. I don't know if he'll
ask
do
him.
it.
Come on, tell him to do it. Like, I want us to talk about
Talk about what?
how you were able to find love, like love in the US. Like, come on, Shanice.
Get out of my life. How many people in love interview?
Shanice, like, just